I'm Bill.
I'm Chris.
I'm Scott, and you're listening to
Three Guys and a Bottle.
Hey guys, we are back. This is it's ending up to be our annual, I was going to say inaugural, but annual, not anal, our annual show. This is our annual Halloween show.
It's going to feel like an anal show.
There's a lot of things that could come out of this. Whoa, hey, no pun intended. Anyway, we got Bill, depending on how you guys look. We got Bill, Chris, and I'm Scott. Three guys in a bottle, right? It's been a while. We've seen one another, but we haven't done one of these shows in year, right? So this is our Halloween edition. And Bill, we know it. I don't know if you want to admit it, but you're 1 year older, right? So happy birthday, Bill.
Birthday, Halloween.
And Chris, I know your father shares the birthday as well.
He does. Yeah. Yes. Happy birthday to my dad.
I revisited the episode this morning. That's why some of this stuff is kind of fresh. And actually I also revisited to see, and we couldn't help it, if we repeated some of the movies, because last year, just as a refresher, which by the way, it was the top 10. This is the top 5, top 10 horror. I almost said horror again. Horror and sci-fi. Why I made the emphasis of sci-fi. So I'm like,
I think we did and then it had to be up into a certain up to
75 to 2000.
Yes.
And the movie that you said, I'll be surprised if anybody knows this movie. The title of that was, oh my God, come on, you can't forget.
I'll give you a hint.
You know how many brain cells have been killed between then and now, Scott?
Sci-fi horror. It's your favorite sci-fi horror.
Event Horizon.
Yes, Event Horizon. That has had the biggest views out of anything we've ever done. We still get probably close to 100 views a day on that.
Criminally underrated film.
Yeah.
Although not on my list this year.
Understood. So anyway, I thought it would be good for us to just put out new content. Again, getting the boys back together. But before we do, because again, it's in the name, Three Guys and a Bottle. In a bottle, what do you guys have in front of you?
I'm going I don't even know what you'd call it. I have some vodka.
Okay. Now you would call it vodka.
We'd call it vodka. and like one of those ice drinks that doesn't have any calories, because as we age, we need less calories and sugar and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going old school, man. I think they used to call it Faderade, the kids, with anything mixed with vodka. So it's still a little early out here.
Yeah, it is
on the West Coast.
Well, I'm here for the booze.
For the booze. Yep.
Can you see it? Kind of here. Anyways,
I've seen more than you wanted to show us, but
exactly. I have it's vodka on the rocks, but it's red. Oh wait, is it Red Rock? It looks like Tito's. It's a little cheaper than Tito's. It looks like in a Tito's bottle. I think it's called Red Rock. It's actually pretty good. Gluten free.
Okay, there we go.
Gluten.
Scott, we have a saying around here, and it won't matter after this weekend, but it's no brown before sundown. That's the new mantra. So
okay,
you can't have any whiskey till it's dark.
Yeah. So since I'm in Tennessee, it's dark here for 2 hours. So yeah,
you're good.
So some Tennessee whiskey for you guys. So all right,
Perfect.
well, let's just do it. So again, always excited to let's leave it at that. I'm always excited, but to get with you guys and talk through this. So again, in honor of the holiday, the Halloween holiday, and Bill, almost called you Chris. It's the drink I had, but Bill, you will lead off because it's your birthday, and we have some honorable mentions. So why don't you do the honorable mentions, and then Chris, you do it, then I'll do it, then we'll get into 5 to 1, and it'll be good.
Perfect.
A couple honorable mentions. That's what my background picture
Yes.
It zoomed in. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's called Motel Hell.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Motel Hell?
I've not.
I have not either. I've heard of it a
One of
million
the best
times.
lines in the movies is it takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters. They basically, these people stay at this, and it says motel. The best thing is you got to look at the trailer for the intro of the film. It's like it zooms in, it says Motel Hello, and then it zooms in and up. It's a neon sign from the 70s.
Okay.
The movie's in 1980, but yeah, obviously it's a 70s neon sign.
Yeah.
He zooms in, all of a sudden the old burst, and it just says Motel Hell in red. Yeah, but basically these people that stay there, that there's a deal with the people that run it, and they basically get these kind of dregs of society staying. It's a roadside motel. It makes you never want to go to a roadside motel ever.
Yeah.
Do they eat the people that stay there? That's my question. I get a feeling
Basically,
that
what
they
they
do.
do is they knock them out, and then they bury them with their heads in the ground, and they slit their throats so they can't talk. And they basically feed them, and they're like, ah. And they're just making.
Oh wow!
And they turn them into.
Okay, so my first honorable mention was a movie called The Ritual. It's on Netflix. It's about a bunch of guys who go camping, and there's some kind of looming specter in the woods. It doesn't finish up great, but everything up to that is fantastic. There's another one called Veronica. I think it's a Brazilian movie. These are both subtitled. It's also on Netflix, or it was, and it's like an Exorcist style movie, and it's fantastic. Everybody should watch it.
On these. Yeah, like I'm keeping notes. I have Hotel Hell, but yeah, on those two, I'll dig in.
This is going to be interesting because I go pretty mainstream for my actuals, but those two are fantastic. And then my third honorable mention is this little movie called The Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
It is not scary at all. There's nothing scary about it. But it is set on Halloween.
Sure, he puts a plug in here too when he goes to edit it today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Good. I own that movie. I bought it digitally. I don't know. You keep getting money every time I watch it?
No, I got at least 0.037 cents when you bought that, and I appreciate
from
that.
the purchase. Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I bought my house in Malibu based on that. So
got yourself a piece of Bazooka Joe.
Thank you for everybody.
Nice. So I disappeared for a minute or two. Sorry about that. So the
Halloween show has to be cursed. That's what we were saying.
Something was going on.
This is the thing. Yeah.
I'm not going to say I take the more traditional route. I don't dig as deep as you, Chris, and maybe you, Bill, on some of the scary movies. But to me, honorable mention, Psycho. Just in that, just Norman Bates seeing it for the first time, right? And really, if you think there's no monster really, or maybe there is, but there's no mask. It's just this guy next door, and that in itself is pretty creepy. Honorable mention, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I know that could probably go much higher, but I wanted to stay away from a little bit of these, but same thing. Freddy Krueger kind of changed horror forever. That was kind of the introduction for a lot of us, and I still think that one holds up the best amongst certainly once you get multiple sequels, but that one still is pretty cool. And I think part of it was that just the way Freddy was, like, you didn't want to go to sleep, right? And that definitely kind of stayed with you a while. And then my last one, and we talked about this one before, but the Blair Witch Project, I still think there was like an element of fear and scary. And Chris, I remember your story from last year when you go, I lived in this house, and it was like these creaky windows were open, and it kind of stays with you a little bit.
You're going to hear about it again.
Yeah. So again, that's what I get for watching the show again from last year. It's not like a perfect recall on this, but
something we forgot to mention is we weren't allowed to use Halloween or anything with Halloween titles for this one. So that
the funny, it's like we can do a scary, because we started with Halloween, a little bit of back, and then it's like, and I love what you said, Bill. It's like, so basically we're just going to do the same list as last year. Once you started qualifying it, I go, yeah, that's a good point. So then we got to Scariest, which we're doing now, and then Chris, you added in, and this is our, so this isn't completely inside joke for all the listeners and viewers. And our text thread is pretty funny. Chris goes, yeah, we need to do Halloween movies without naming Halloween. as
Yep.
a movie. That's fair. So
Or Halloween in the title, I know, it was great.
those
So,
were my honorable mentions. So please continue. Yeah.
all right. So then I think we all got through it. So I put them in an order, but it doesn't really mean an order. So
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
number 5 for me is a movie called The Fun House. Have you guys seen that
Oh,
movie?
absolutely. Toby Hooper, who did
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It has that feel, and just once the dude takes the Franken mask off and you see what he really looks like, you're like, oh my gosh, that's one of the scariest things. And he the scene where he's having sex with the old hooker, and oh my gosh, with the mask on.
Say no more.
That
yeah.
is scary.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know what he looks like, and anyways, it's definitely, if no one's seen it, go see The Fun House.
Okay. Taking notes. Yeah. Chris.
Is it me?
It is.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing for me is I tried to separate scary from when I was a kid to scary now,
Yeah.
which is very hard to do. So I just went with like impactful, because it was scary now. It'd be like there'd be a movie about getting a call from the California Franchise Tax Board or something like that. Like that would scare me way more than the guy showed up with an axe at the door.
Yeah.
You know,
This is wanted by the HOA. He would be
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
Right.
Your weeds.
So,
Bunch of weeds.
You have too many potted plants on your porch. Yeah.
yeah. So life changes, right? So I'm going to go with the stuff that was scary. I think overall.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start off. We talked about. I'm going to start off with the Blair Witch Project, which to me feels like a total cop out. But I'll go back and tell the story again, of which I sat through the whole movie. It had its moments, but when that end scene hit, I just remember seeing the girl standing in the corner and the camera drop, and I kind of thought, well, and then I couldn't sleep the whole night. I had an open window. I lived on a creek. I kept hearing leaves and trees and rustling shit all over the place, and it scared the crap out of me. And so, like, I don't know if the movie itself was all that scary, but the aftermath was very scary for me. So
Got it. Yeah.
that's my first one right
Yeah.
there.
The creepy feeling after, the creepy feels. I had it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So because this is awesome, we have like 10 minutes to get through the rest of these or we get kicked off. So I'll be brief. Number 5 from 2018. If you've seen it, let me know, but Hereditary. So just Toni Collette, really great performance. It's one of those things where I went back and revisited some of it today, but it's just this emotionally distressing horror film about the occult and about just all these things. So I'll leave it at that. It leaves you like that uneasy feeling of just what in the actual.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hereditary.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And Chris did his, so I'm down. Number 4 for me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll be brief on this one. I still have not seen it since I seen it the original time, but it still stays with me forever. The first Saw, just out, and I didn't have any spoilers. So
Yeah.
when the dude woke up from the floor, and I was like, what the F?
Yeah.
It's that one. Sorry, there's a scan thing popping up on my computer, of course, like when I'm on camera. There we go.
That's scarier.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Like,
And all of a sudden there's something scanning. This is a haunted show, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. This is our haunted show.
What's
Yeah.
up? Anyways,
I like it.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Is it my turn?
It is. Yeah.
So the next one I'm going to give you is it's a movie. A friend of mine was in it, or a guy that I knew was in it, and it was the first movie for a really, really, really super famous director now named Mike Flanagan. It's a movie called Absentia. They made it for $45,000. Mike Flanagan now makes, studio movies for $100 million. He's got a show he's got a series on Netflix. This is the first movie he ever directed. It's a psychological thriller. I believe it's still on Netflix. And I'm still to this day shocked at how good it is. And it's got some serious psychological BS to it. So Absentia.
Okay.
So it's a good one to check out.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to see those. Those things, again, they kind of just leave or they never leave you, right? So,
Most
I
of the
might.
movies on my list I don't want to see anymore ever.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, movies we never want to see again. Yeah. I think number 4 is me. Yeah. again, this is one of those classics. It's a Stephen King book, right? The Shining, Stanley Kubrick as the director. But that's again, I saw it, parts of it again recently. Again, the isolation, the paranoia. There's when you see it, to your point, Chris, when you see movies younger, does it affect you, or as you are older? And this still kind of left that same effect. But I think as you get older, you understand a little bit more. It's about just like being, kind of being cursed and being away from everything, and then just the madness that sets in. So, yeah,
Great movie.
And it's funny because I'm starting off number 3. That's where I'm at. The Shining. That's
okay,
everything you said, and and more. And then the end.
And by the way, a movie's so cursed that they made a documentary about how cursed the movie was.
Exactly. Ending scene where they zoom in and they show Jack Nicholson, from the photo from whatever
that's
20
right. Yeah,
whatever that was.
yeah.
Gosh, he was
Yeah.
cursed. Yeah. So Chris,
When he pops through the door, they should have had him do the speech from A Few Good Men when he sticks his head through. That would have been perfect. Anyway, is this my third one? My third one, which isn't really a horror movie, but in my mind, it's a horror movie, is the movie Jaws. It's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. To this day, if I'm in a pool by myself, I will look down to the deep end to make sure there's not a great white swimming in there somewhere. And after 15 years of living a block by the ocean, I still never really wanted to go in the water all that badly. And that stemmed from when I was like 7 years old. So that hung with me. I consider that to be one of the scariest movies ever made.
I'm with you on that. Same thing.
I think about Jaws every time I go into the ocean here at Seal Beach.
Yeah.
Can you not?
Listen, it ruined a generation like us, our age, of people going into the water.
I go in, but I'm always thinking I'm gonna get attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's my number 3.
Number 3, The Exorcist. Yeah. Just evil is terrifying when it feels possible. So again, and I'm drawing back to you, Chris, because you're the one that brings it out. I'll make this kind of brief, but the filmmaker was a documentarian, right? So it was filmed that way on purpose, and it definitely left you with that whole image and sense that, wait, is this real or is this something that they made up? And either way, it still stays with you. And I didn't see it in the theater. I was too young, but seeing it, a few times since then, same effect.
That's a scary movie
Yeah.
to me. So, all right. Well, we're trying to streamline this. So
not trying to do a speed round. Yeah.
for scary movies for me.
Speed round, like speed dating.
After everything that's on my list, this is probably the only movie I'd still watch, but it still scares me. And it's the first film that Bill Paxton ever directed. Can you guys guess what it is?
Not Frailty, is it?
It is.
I love that movie.
Chris, yeah.
Fantastic.
Just because of the cult, for the occult, for me, it's like the demons, and he can see the demons in people, and you just think that
that's one of the most underrated movies ever. I love that movie.
Seriously, and I would still watch it today. It scares me in a good way. It gives me the good feels.
Yeah,
it's such a good. But that's like my number 2.
Okay, yeah,
such a great movie. I'll piggyback on Scott. My it's not number 2. There's no order, but The Exorcist. And I'll go back to just the realism of it. Like, one of the greatest things about that movie is it ties in religion, which at the time, I think Catholicism was probably at its height in the world, not only in the United States. And I think it did a very good job of positioning that as good versus evil. Like, this is the only way you can get out of this. Yeah. And they made it look like an everyday, like a news report, and to me, like anything else, the closer you can keep something to reality, the scarier it becomes. Like I said, a call from the franchise tax board these days is scarier than if I had to take on a guy with a chainsaw out in the street.
Yeah,
so that's and The Exorcist, it'll live on forever because of that.
Yeah,
so
100%. Number 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original in 1974. Just a quick, kind of take on this one. The horror here isn't fantasy; it's brutality. Yep. And it just was. That I came across that one again. They do all the Halloweenish type films on a couple different cable channels, and I only stayed with this for about 5 minutes and said, no, I'm not going to watch this one again. So same thing. It leaves that just, uneasy feeling, but it definitely qualifies as one of the scariest for sure.
Yeah. No, I hear you, and it's
Yeah.
funny that you guys all mentioned it because number one, well, I did kind of a tie for number one. I put the Exorcist / Omen because we talked about
Omen. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like it's the occult reality. It's like this guy's the Antichrist, and it could almost lump Poltergeist in there too. It's like it's all that just
Oh yeah.
all those type of movies just freak me out. I won't even watch them anymore. I can't watch them anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it to Chris and then he can tell us.
I'll watch them all.
Yeah.
I don't even know the last time I saw Exorcist or Omen, so I couldn't do it. So, but number one for me, kind of tied with Exorcist Omen.
Yeah.
I'm going to go off the grid for my top one, or not top, but it's a movie from 2023 called When Evil Lurks. It's an Argentinian film. It has become very popular in the last couple of years. You can find it on streaming. It has, without question, the most shocking scene I've ever seen in my entire life in a film, to the point where I sat with my mouth open for about 3 minutes after this happened. And I've never done that in a movie in my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like it deserves, I should be telling more people to watch it. It's one of the most disturbing films I've ever seen. It again, this particular scene, I was like, I couldn't even believe it happened. And that's me. So When Evil Lurks, the guy's got another film called Terrified, not Terrifier, Terrified. That's also very good. But this movie is one of the creepiest, scariest, just shocking films I've ever seen. And it's available to everyone who wants to watch it now. So if you like that kind of thing, it's worth it for sure.
Yeah, we have literally seconds. So I'll say this, and then we'll probably do a second episode where Chris can comment on this one because I know this is on the top, near the top of your list. The Thing. Again, this is, of all the movies I mentioned, this is the one that I've seen most recently, and I think we're it. See ya.
I'm Bill.
I'm Chris. I'm Scott. And you're listening to
Three Guys and a Bottle.